All right, welcome everyone to season 3 of our Journeyman Career Mode. This time with Real Betis. Quite a few of you are already in the chat. We've got Flints, we've got Raul. What's going on, everyone? Excited to get things going here. And we have inherited quite the squad, if I do say so myself. Of course, we brought our homegrown player back, Mr. Robinson. 77 rated at this point in career mode, but this is the Real Betis squad. They've actually made some pretty impressive signings while we weren't even here. But we've also got Slap in the chat, Caliber, Wispy, and Sudarshan. Welcome, guys. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season here in Spain. We survived the drop from the Bundesliga last year with Hamburg. So I would say mission accomplished there, but our objective this season, I want to say it was to qualify for Europa League, which is probably realistic. Like, you've got your top 2 teams really in Spain being, well, I guess top 3 would be Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid. Yeah, I'm glad the audio is sounding nice and crispy. I'm a big fan of this microphone. If you guys are into like the specs behind live streaming and content creation, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, this is what the La Liga table is looking like. Pretty much as expected. No one significant is missing as far as I can tell. But yeah, I think for this first stream, our plan is to definitely make some signings into the squad. So if you have any player suggestions, then definitely let me know in the chat. I know for those of you that were here towards the end of last stream, you might have seen that we had Dembele, really high potential player, but he was here on loan, so maybe we'd look to pick him up on a permanent basis. Also, what's going on, Scott? Yeah, no worries, man. Some other mods should definitely hop in here and help out. Yeah, class in 10 minutes. Good luck. So yeah, I think if you have any transfer suggestions, we could potentially sign a new goalkeeper here. Timo Horn, 79 rated, 29 years old. He's not going to get too much higher for his overall. Our back line is very solid. Moreno at 29, maybe we upgrade that. But Zagadou and Cher should both be completely fine. And then we've got this really young, high potential right back, I believe from the Netherlands. And yeah, only 21 years old, so pretty good stuff there. Midfield's looking pretty good as well. Carvalho a bit older at 30, but these 2 center mids both look good. Christian Tello, 76 rated, 30 years old. Lainez is going to be super high potential, so I think we're good there. And then yeah, Iglesias, our striker, 80 overall, 29 years old. What team in the Premier League would be good to use in career mode? Considering like their recent form, I think Aston Villa would be an interesting shout for sure. Wolves are always a good one. They're like, kind of pushing top 6, top 4. You could probably get top 4 in a season. Who else would be good? Newcastle's a fun one. They've got some good players. St. Maximin, really good player in FIFA 21 to use on the wings. Let's see who else is in the chat here. We got Ruhan. What's going on? Go for Zach Steffen. Bring the American to Spain. Maybe. Really high potential goalkeeper. Harry Forster. What's cracking, Flick? Not much. Just getting the live stream started. Convert Dembele into a left mid. Yeah, if we sign him, then we could definitely do that. Look for Lunin for goalkeeper. Yeah, what's his situation these days? Is he still like a backup goalkeeper at Real Madrid? I know he went out on loan a couple of times. Oh, I mean, not in the Premier League. Yeah, for that, I would, I think it depends, like, what your interests are. Like, for me, I have, like, a connection to Germany and the Bundesliga, so I really like Bundesliga career modes. I think there's a lot of history there as well. So, some good Bundesliga career mode challenges. You could do Schalke if you guys saw the video on Saturday. Yeah, you could try out that challenge if you're looking for something new. Let's get some players here in the shortlist. Zach Steffen, 27 years old at this point in time. Contract expiring in 12 months. That's very interesting. Okay, maybe he would be a realistic transfer then. Yeah, Stuttgart, always a team with some history. FC Saarbrücken if you're looking for a road to glory. Yeah, I think you'll like the Schalke career mode. They've got some high potential players to start off with. Their situation right now is pretty interesting. I mean, a lot of their better players and players with like a promising future are kind of either going out on loan or they're moving to new clubs. Yeah, check out Saturday's upload, give that a shot, and let me know how you like it. Go for Oscar Melendo over Teo. He'll be a right wing, but train him into a left wing. Let's check it out. I'll let you know, Scott, for the latest Southampton recording, I was using your training tip, where you basically have a second team sheet of the players that you want to train up. So essentially how sharpness works in FIFA 21 is like your starting 11 will keep a high sharpness just from playing matches. But the real difficult challenge is making sure like your entire squad has good sharpness. So essentially you have a rotated side and then you just use them for training. Okay, release clause 43 million. Speaking of which, we should probably check out the transfer budget. Go for McTominay over William Carvalho. He's bound to grow. What is the likelihood of Scott McTominay moving to a La Liga team? What were some, I guess like Premier League to La Liga transfers are pretty common, to be fair. I mean, you had Kieran Trippier even, right back moving there. You wouldn't have expected that transfer. So we'll add McTominay to the short list. I do 3 drills, get an A result every session. Yeah, that's what I try to do at the start of most career modes, at least for the Southampton save. I went ahead and got an A on as many drills as possible. There's a few that are just like, you know, it's not going to happen. The lofted through balls, for me, it's a challenge because of the lock-on system. And then there's like the advanced attacking drill where I swear the defense is like ultimate difficulty ×2. Douglas Luiz is more realistic. Yeah, let me add him. I think, honestly, like considering the amount of Premier League transfers to La Liga, McTominay wouldn't be super unrealistic. Wouldn't have been the first player I thought of, but definitely not impossible. Luis Diaz from Porto. Which one is he, though? That's the question. Yo, first pick. Let's go. 25 years old. Okay. Left mid. Yeah, I think center defense mid, left mid would be a good improvement. Yeah, I mean, Porto's a pretty fun career mode, in my opinion. I was kind of hoping we would move to Portugal for this save, but we didn't get any offers. I'm still happy with Spain and Real Betis. I think we've got a good squad to grow on. But yeah, I think Porto, Benfica would both be really good. But I noticed a lot of you just recently joined the stream. While we're at it, we might as well recap what's going on and what our objective is for this Journeyman Career Mode. If you're new around here, if this is your first stream, I've actually been getting a lot of subscribers to the channel lately, so appreciate all for the support you're showing on the live stream, on the videos. It's wild. But essentially, for a Journeyman Career Mode, we're doing 1 season per team. So this is season 3. It's the 3rd team we're managing, and we have made the move over to Spain. And we're taking control of a Real Betis squad that have made some transfers into the team. We've got the likes of Timo Horn they brought in. They've got Cher. They've got Zagadou. Robinson is our homegrown player that we've been using since our first season with Inter Miami. American center mid, can play center defense mid, center attack mid. 5-star, 5-star. Incredible player. Going to have amazing potential. But they've also brought in this right back. So yeah, essentially we're just trying to win as much as possible with Real Betis. It'll be a challenge because there are better teams than us. From an overall rating standpoint in Spain, but I still think it'll make for a fun stream. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. One of the mods will help answer that, or I'll be looking at that as well. Appreciate you stopping by while you could, Scott. Have a good time with class. Doing Stuttgart career mode, the growth of the players is wild. Yeah, Stuttgart. Actually, we signed a Stuttgart player for our previous squad, which was Hamburg. Waymanatuka. If you need a striker to use in career mode, this guy, I mean, we've got him to an 80 overall. His value is incredible at this point, but yeah, he's amazing. 5-star skill moves, super versatile striker, can also play on the wing. What is the club with weird rules for transfers? Well, if we want to talk Spain, you've got Athletic. Well, gosh, who is it? I always get Bilbao, and I mean, someone in the chat's probably going to get it before me, but there's that one team in Spain. Yeah, I guess it's Athletic Club Bilbao. I was correct. Okay. For some reason, like, the badge was not lining up. I thought Bilbao was Sociedad's badge for some reason, but yeah. Bilbao, essentially, they can only sign players from the Basque region. So that's like a section of Spain, I think France, and yeah. Yeah, hit me up with some more player suggestions here in the chat. We're looking for center defensive mid, a left-sided player. Jota from Benfica. Bring back Daniel Ceballos to Real Betis. Who's he playing for these days? Let's check it out. Yo, De La Vega. We didn't sign him for the Hamburg crew mode, but I might have to for this one. I mean, Argentine right winger, incredible player. Used him in FIFA 20. Super pacey. Let's see. Maybe it's Danny Ceballos. There he is. Okay, playing for Real Madrid. Contract expiring in 12 months, so it's not entirely out of the question. Y'all have to let me know in the chat, like, which teams are you doing a career mode with these days? We're about 2 weeks into FIFA 21. I feel like we've all got a pretty good hold on the game. You know, squad updates have been finalized. Let me know what team you're doing a career mode with these days. Maybe we can brainstorm some ideas for future streams. I think this week in terms of the live streams, we'll probably do Monday, Wednesday for the Real Betis Journeyman, and then maybe we'll do something different on Friday. I've been thinking of doing like a PSV stream, just because Mario Götze signed with them as a free agent, scored on his debut 8 minutes in. As a Götze fan, you know, it's great to see that. But completely aside from Götze, I believe a lot of PSV players got a face scan, and now they have a real face in game, which is pretty realistic. Always a good plus to have for career mode. So I think that would make for a fun stream. Let's see, as far as the other career mode teams are concerned, Hoffenheim, always a good one in the Bundesliga. Wolves career mode, yeah. Huddersfield, Mallorca, and Augsburg. Okay, 3 different saves. How do you do that, Malik? Do you just, like, depending which one you're feeling on the, or sorry, not Malik, Mike. Depending on the day, just like which save you want to use? Personally, it's like, I might have 2 saves going. Well, I guess up to 3 saves going at a time for me as well, because I've got the Southampton save for YouTube, this for live streaming, and then maybe later down the line I'll have a personal save. Well, let me get some of these players here in the shortlist. Yeah, Sangare also plays for PSV. We were potentially going to sign him for Southampton, but I saw that transfer got finalized a few days before I started recording. Well, here's Pedro. Wow, okay. Check out this release clause. 10.4 million, excuse me. Might have to pick him up. That's a deal. A Wickham Road to Glory. Yeah, Road to Glories are always super fulfilling. It's definitely like a long-term investment. Like, you have to do multiple seasons. But I think if you take your time with it and maybe have like a separate save on the side, you can definitely do it. Essentially, I think now would be one of the best times to do a Road to Glory, now that transfers have been finalized. Yeah. And I see you, Nicola. Maduka train him left wing. Sorry, Maduke. Noni Maduke. Another PSV player while we're on the topic. Pretty high potential these days. This guy can play striker as well, can't he? I was looking at PSV's So FIFA file and his name popped up, so. Also, what's going on, Thomas? You guys are just getting to the stream. Would appreciate leaving a like. It's a great way to help support the channel. Helps more people see the stream. But yeah, let's keep the transfer suggestions coming on in. We're looking for a center, defensive mid, as well as a left mid. Check Anthony. And then after we add this player, I'll go ahead and show you guys the budget that we have this season. See what we're working with. Okay, Anthony, an 84 overall right winger from Ajax. Definitely towards like the top of I mean, career mode wonder kids as far as that goes. All right, for budget, not bad, about 30 million. You know, if we adjust that to an 80-20 split, just about 30 million in the transfer budget. Keep in mind, we are using dollars because we did start this career mode in the United States. So that is something to be considered. Tyler Adams would fill that CDM role. Yeah, maybe we should get some USA partnership in the midfield with Robinson. See where Adams is at these days. Of course, he's at Leipzig IRL. And these days, he is still at Leipzig. Right around release clauses within our budget. So, could maybe make that happen. Tonali, these days, isn't he playing for Milan? He made the transfer in the summer. We could buy him if we had the funds. Since we are a few seasons into the save, essentially the players that just moved are eligible for transfer. James Garner showing great potential. Yeah, let's get Sumari in here for sure. I actually haven't used him yet. Yeah, I think if we were to sign like some players, I think maybe a young Spanish talent could be good for this Real Betis squad. You know, maybe someone that's not essentially breaking into the first team. Maybe we look after a loan to buy offer from one of the big teams in Spain, like your Real Madrid, Atletico, or Barcelona. Maybe we take a look at their squad real quick. Yeah, I think I thought Pug might be a proper suggestion. Low-key, I'm gonna see how his name is pronounced. Hold on. Puig. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I use this one site called Forvo so much because, like, for me it's really important that I try my best to get name pronunciation right. It's difficult when you have a ton of different languages to consider. Let me make sure I actually added him to the shortlist and scouted him. Yeah, we did. Cool. What's going on, Aiden? Appreciate all the support on the live stream today. I don't know if it's the Real Betis hype or if it's just your first time here in the live stream. Let me know. What made you click on today's video? New subscriber to the channel? I had a feeling like Real Betis is a very interesting squad, not someone that like I've seen a ton of career modes with. So, and they've got some decent potential players. I've seen Pedri in the chat a couple of times. Let's go and get him in. I'm guessing we're talking about the 19-year-old Pedri from Barcelona. That makes sense. Xavi Simmons. First time in stream, only just discovered your channel. Okay, cool. Yeah, I recognize a lot of y'all from the comment section of the videos. But live streams are cool. It's in the fact that, like, you know, it's that real-time interaction, so it's a little bit different than the YouTube videos. He still doesn't have like a player photo, which is a little disappointing. His value is like super affordable for us though. Yeah, while we're at it, we could look up some regens. Iniesta probably retired at this point. He should be a pretty... Okay. Every time I search up Iniesta, I see this dude. But it's Iniestra. And it's still Andres, so I get it mixed up all the time. But yeah, Iniesta is definitely retired. Let's go ahead and see if we can find his regen. I think we had him shortlisted in previous saves, or like previous seasons, but let me look real quick. So he's going to be a center mid, center attacking mid in Japan. Hey, what's going on, B? Thanks for hopping in here. And things are busy, but they're good. We need to catch up soon. I need a couple hours to just chill with y'all. I've just been grinding away on content, but yeah, it's been good. Also good to see your channel's doing well. I saw the training like the lowest overall player kind of blew up on YouTube, 100K views. So yeah, always good to see you doing well, man. What were we gonna do? We were gonna look for Iniesta's regen. Yeah, we can do that. I think this week should be a little bit more chill. Now, like, I feel like I've got the content scheduled down. Essentially, like, uploading the Southampton stuff. Well, trying to upload the Southampton stuff on Thursdays and Sundays. This week's a little bit different. But, yeah. Like, 2 Southampton videos and then just, like, something different every now and then. I was surprised to see, like, the response in the Schalke video was better than the Southampton career mode in terms of views, so that was like a pleasant surprise. Glad to see y'all enjoyed that. Okay, so it looks like Iniesta's regen might be in the free agents. Yeah, I still want to like fine-tune the structure of the career mode challenges. Like 50 minutes is still like a little bit long for my personal preference. It was still like a good video and everything, but yeah, I think as we do more of the Southampton stuff and more of the career mode challenges, you know, you'll find your content. Yeah, I'm always going to try to find the realistic signings. Meanwhile, we've got a ton of regens here. I don't even know where to start. I'll probably just add the ones with like a green rating, but you know, he might have even moved to a new club at this point, so maybe we'll stick to realistic players that are like actually playing in game. As much as I like signing regens, it's a little bit difficult. Or maybe something I'll look into off stream. Anyways, let's check out our shortlist. You know, see if we have like a decent amount of center defense mids and left mids here. I would say so. I really like this Douglas Luiz suggestion. I could see this happening. Center defensive mid, center mid. Has a finesse shot trait. Always a good fan of that. Ceballos, maybe we could do on like a Well, I mean, he's 85 rated, so they probably don't want to loan him out. Then we got this guy. Maybe I'll just call him Ricky, because I've already forgotten how to say the last name.
Puig.
Puig. Ricky Puig. But yeah, I think that could be a good addition too. We'll like see what his rating's at these days, whether Barcelona would be interested in loaning him out. That would be a good loan to buy option, because we are just doing one season with Betis, so I mean there's no harm in doing a loan deal. Or maybe we bring in Xavi Simons. Ricky's too small for a CDM. What's his height? 5'7". Yeah. I mean, our CDM would probably be more of a presence, like a physical presence in the midfield, like 6 foot plus. Pau Torres and Edson Alvarez. Let's see. Did we add Alvarez yet? Let me add him then. Pau Torres is from it's either Valencia or Villarreal. I want to say Valencia. Okay, apparently he's over at Lyon these days. Okay, it's Villarreal. Fair enough. Okay, this is Edson Alvarez. I knew the name sounded familiar. We signed him in our Kaiserslautern save. We played him as a center back, though, so maybe it would be interesting to use him as a center defensive mid. His release clause is under his market value. That's within our budget. Nazi, my day's going good. Just chilling here at the live stream for a bit. Want to record and edit a Southampton video later on today. Life is good. Gabamine from Everton. He's still at Everton these days, isn't he? Yeah, there you go. Sander Berge from Sheffield United. Apparently we've scattered him out. Oh, we've got Monty. Greetings to the US. Appreciate that. And Beltran from Celta. We'll get a couple more players here and then we'll move forward a few days, hopefully make a signing. I've noticed from these live streams, like my short list just gets too big for me to keep track of everyone. Favorite team here in the US, it'd be the Seattle Sounders. That's the area I'm from. If we're talking about European teams, Bayern Munich are my team. All right, Beltran from Celta Vigo. I think that will be the last player we add here. It's either Fran Beltran or Fernando Beltran. Okay. And maybe we'll add some more later down the line, but I think we've got a pretty good collection of players. There you go. Fran Beltran from Celta Vigo. Contract expiring 12 months. I'll add Perez. Last one. Okay, Slap, you're a Portland fan. I'll give you credit. Y'all have a nice stadium. I went down to Providence Park once on like a trip with other Sounders fans. It was pretty cool. I know the Sounders and like Portland have a big rivalry, but I don't know. I can respect like Portland are a consistent side. Like they're always. I mean, you guys are second in the West right now, behind the Sounders. But aside that point. All right, let's move forward a couple days in the calendar. Inter Miami fan, yeah. I mean, Inter Miami are a super exciting team. I'm really glad to see like they all had a pretty rough start in the Premier League, but over the course of the season, and especially after the restart, when that happened a couple months ago, Like, they've been in great form and they've made good signings. So I'm glad to see like their inaugural season has been going, I would say, fairly well. Let me know what you think, though. I don't follow them super closely, although we did do a Journeyman Career Mode with them. We're the first team we managed. Career modes, as far as Road to Glories are concerned, I'm not too familiar with like how strict negotiations work with young players. Like, if you just essentially want to sign young players and like the high potential players, just turn this transfer strictness to loose, and that'll allow you to sign those players. But if you're trying to be realistic with your transfers, first thing I would recommend doing, it all depends like what kind of team you're managing, like what star level per se, like what league you're in. But check the free agents. I think at the start of like future seasons, you can always find a couple of good players there. Otherwise, like look loan to buys. Even teams within your league is always a good bet. Okay, looks like some of our shortlisted players already have other clubs going in for them. Anthony is probably out of our price range, as 84 million is well over what we would be able to offer. Yeah, top 4 in MLS. I mean, they still compete in CONCACAF, so like against of other teams in Liga MX. And I'm not sure who else competes in CONCACAF, but yeah, I mean, I feel like some of the MLS teams play fairly well in there. The Sounders, like their track record in CONCACAF hasn't been the best, but I feel like with the Sounders, like they always have a better second half of the season than they do in the first half, which is a good thing for like the MLS structure, where essentially teams that find the right form toward the end of the season end up doing well in the playoffs, and hence they win titles. Interesting offer here for our striker. I'll probably reject this because while he is 29 years old, he's our best rated striker. Don't really want to look for a new one at this point in time. Shortlist Frank Onyeka. He's so good in career mode. Yeah, we'll check him out. Excited about the Seattle Kraken. Yeah, I am excited to have another sports team here in Seattle. To be honest, like hockey is not the first sport I watch. I'd say it'd be like football / soccer, American football, and then after that, probably basketball. And then I would say hockey. Like, I don't watch too much baseball these days. I used to watch baseball when I was younger. And I'm still like a Mariners fan. Like, I want to see them make the playoffs and for the first time in however many years. But yeah, hockey's like, it's a fun sport to watch, especially live. So hopefully, whenever the timing's right for that and we can start going to matches again, definitely want to go to a Kraken match. Okay, interesting. I don't think I've ever used this player in career mode. We've got a long time to scout him. Yeah, I think the opportunities to like expand career mode and the teams available here in North America would be really interesting. I want to see some of the Canadian teams added. Did I do the did I add the wrong player? Why are you guys saying oh no in the chat? Okay, I was a little bit confused. I thought I added the wrong player. But yeah, it's going to take a while for us to scout him out. Let's see which reports we've gotten back already. I feel like De La Vega as a rotational player could be good for us. I mean, 10.4 million for the release clause, that's like really hard to pass up on. Yeah, World Cup in 2026, that's going to be a vibe for sure. I think Seattle has got to be like one of the teams to host like matches. Like, let's see, like, what are some like of the big soccer / football cities here in the States? I would say Seattle's up there. I think Los Angeles definitely, because it has like that international appeal. Miami probably would be. New York. Probably a couple of cities in the Midwest. Maybe Chicago. Couple in Canada. Toronto would be really interesting. As far as Mexico, I would imagine like Mexico City. You know, honestly, like when it's time to travel again, I've got to see more of Mexico. It's a country I've seen like a little bit of, but definitely want to see more of. I kind of like this Beltran suggestion. 23 years old, can play center mid, center defensive mid, center attacking mid, just like our hometown talent. So versatile in the midfield, that's good. You forgot Atlanta? Yeah, I could see Atlanta being one for sure. Definitely like a great city. I mean, the response that they had in even their first season in MLS was amazing. Yeah, Houston too. I think Texas would definitely have some representation. Yeah, I think Beltran might be a move, honestly. Market value between... We would probably just have to meet his release clause. So we'll have to generate some funds somehow. Maybe we can let some players go. We got 3 pretty good goalkeepers here, so I would say we probably put Robles on the transfer list. Maybe we find another goalkeeper from the youth academy. Couple of older center backs here. Could use some more squad depth there. 4 is not a whole lot, just in the case that an injury happens. Sell William? Well, I mean, he is our club captain, to be fair. I understand like his rating is going to go down, but what I'm essentially trying to do for career mode, like as far as it's concerned, is try to keep like one older player in the squad and then set up their development plan so they don't decline in their rating quite as heavily. De La Vega sign him. Yeah, I think De La Vega would be a good signing for sure. We've got a couple of good center defensive mids, to be fair, though. Like, definitely not bad. This guy can play center back as well, which is nice. What are you guys' thoughts on Juanmi? Like, I feel like he's definitely a bit of a veteran in La Liga. Could be a good squad rotational player for us. I also noticed we have a lot of center midfielders, like Robinson and Mwepu would be our first team. I would say Haidara as our squad rotational. Maybe we let Ismail go. With that said, he is pretty young. I think this guy can probably go in the transfer list. Definitely want to train up Robert and give him some playtime. He is showing great potential. Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to play against Barcelona and Messi. Well, we'll see if Messi's actually still playing there. He might have retired. I think like we were looking up Messi and Ronaldo and see if we could sign their regen. And I think Messi retired last year. So if that's the case, maybe we have to look after his regen. Do these go live up on YouTube? Well, they're unlisted on the channel, so... if you have a link to the stream, you could like either save it right now, or if you go over to my Twitter, I usually tweet out the streams, which I should probably do right now while we're at it. Casually 40 minutes into the stream and haven't tweeted it out, but that's okay. But essentially, if you have the link to the stream, you can watch it back, but I don't publicly display them just so the videos I record, like the Southampton stuff and the Schalke videos, show up higher. Okay. That is live. Sign Theo Walcott. What is up with Theo Walcott? Why is he being suggested so often? I mean, I'll check out like where he's playing, but I'm not sure Theo Walcott making the move to Real Betis would be the most realistic signing. Yeah, he's still over at Everton, retiring this year, so unfortunately, we will not be able to approach him. And yeah, just try not to spam the suggestions too much. If you do, unfortunately, that will lead to a timeout. But yeah, just a warning. He's 31. He is 73 overall. Yeah, I mean he's 33 at this point now. We were gonna look up to see if Messi retired, and there you go. He's not showing up. So maybe we sign Messi's regen. He's gonna have an incredible potential, that's for sure. The cool thing about regens this year is that you can approach them right away. In past years, like, you couldn't approach them in the first season. So this is a pretty cool change. Hopefully he's in La Liga. And here he is. Also, what's going on, Tobo? Welcome on in. So let's go ahead and scout him. We'll have that report back in a week. And yeah, it's probably going to be a pretty expensive price tag. The stats already look incredible. Acceleration, sprint speed, agility in the 90s. Good dribbling statistics. Bring Danny Ings to Celta Vigo. It's not Celta Vigo, sorry. Real Betis. Yeah, I think I'll probably stay away from Southampton players for the Journeyman Career Mode stream, just because, you know, I get to use them quite often for the Southampton stuff. So switching things up a little bit. But Martinelli, I like that suggestion. I think going after Brazilian players in general would be realistic. Okay. I think for the time being, we probably won't shortlist any more players because our staff is full. Yeah, it's always an interesting situation with Southampton. I think the next episode's going to be very kind of a game changer, kind of a groundbreaking episode, because we need to start making some decisions about the squad. Like Southampton, they have so many high potential players that you don't really need to make that many signings for your first team. You can essentially just let Southampton squad grow in their overall and you'd probably be okay. On the other hand, like, I think it would also be realistic for us to maybe transfer list some players. I'll bring all this up in the next episode, so I would recommend watching that one if you are at all interested in the future of the Southampton save. Obviously not going to spoil anything, but yeah. Some important decisions to be made. Yeah, if you guys want to see some youth scouting, we can do that. We already have a pretty good scout set up, actually. This is what our youth academy does look like. Overalls aren't that great. I mean, all in the 50s, so we probably won't promote anyone right away. Although we've got a goalkeeper option here with Christian Mendoza. Great name. So if we let one of our goalkeepers go, we'll promote him just to have a third goalkeeper option. But as far as the youth staff is concerned, we have a 5-star, 4-star scout from Spain, and we can set up a network somewhere. Let's see, we've got a suggestion saying send a scout to South America. Okay, so what country do we want to see from South America? If y'all have any suggestions or what type of player you want us to look for, let me know. Maybe we go to Brazil, maybe we go to Argentina. Chile is always one of my favorites to send a scout to. Uruguay. Definitely some famous Uruguayan players in La Liga's history. Colombia as well. Maybe find the next James Rodriguez. How does the training work on FIFA 21? Is it the same? No, it's actually completely different. So they got rid of like that system they had in the last few years where essentially like you would select 5 players for a training session and then pick the drill. Now it's like, we can probably show it, but essentially you have like a bunch of different drills that you can play through, and you try to get a good grade. If you get an A, that allows the player's sharpness to go up and their fitness to go down a little bit. The better the grade, the more the sharpness goes up. So yeah, it's essentially quite a bit different. I think it'll make more sense if we actually jump into the screen and explain it that way. I'm seeing a lot of different suggestions for South America, but I kind of like the Venezuela suggestion. You know, I can't say like I've signed too many players from Venezuela. Although if we have some extra funds at the end of the window, then maybe we should just go ahead and set up some more networks in South America. What kind of player are we talking about though? It was Mike with the Venezuela suggestion. Physically strong always like brings back some good players. Like they're going to have pretty good physical stats, which are always good for regens. What other trainings have worked well, or which type of players? Goalkeeper brings back goalkeepers, obviously. I'd say winger is also pretty good for setting up networks, but physically strong is kind of my go-to. So we'll just do that for this session. And then yeah, if we have some extra funds set up, then I'll hire some more youth scouts so we can get some more country networks set up. But I think we move forward a week so we can maybe sign that Messi regen. That'd be pretty cool. But again, I appreciate the support so much on the live stream today. I think this is the most viewers we have ever had. I think in general, like I've live streamed a bit throughout like previous FIFAs. This is probably the most consistent I've been with live streams the last few weeks, but we're up right around 70 viewers and only going up. So I appreciate y'all so much. If you want to help us reach 100 concurrents, leave a like on the stream. I feel like those two are correlated. So yeah, really appreciate the support on the channel, guys. If we hit 100 concurrent viewers, that would be something else. How to start a YouTube channel? I mean, what are we talking about? Are we talking about like a FIFA channel? Is that what you're interested in posting, Pierce? Because I think that's the first thing you need to decide. Like, what is your niche topic that you want to talk about? Yo, Messi's regen has 4-star, 4-star. Low key. That would be a pretty cool transfer. Like, I think if ever a time for us to bring in Messi's regen, whether it be on a loan or a permanent basis, like now is probably the time to do so. Yeah, Baller, it's I think that's one of the things about like doing YouTube in general. If you're like consistent, like we have been with the streams the last few weeks, you know, it's only going to get better as far as the numbers are concerned. And I don't know, it's like I've personally like really enjoyed live streaming because it's something different than making videos. And I've been making videos for so long, which I still enjoy doing, but live streaming is just a different experience. So I think if you want to stay happy making content, you always need to be learning something new, trying out new skills. So yeah. But Pierce, if you're doing NBA, FIFA, Need for Speed, it's okay to start a variety channel for sure, but maybe like pick one of those games and like start posting content with that. Figure out like what hasn't been posted too much on YouTube and start there. Like when I started my channel, how I gained my first, I think, really 100 subscribers was from a York City career mode in FIFA 13. It's a very niche topic, but there's enough interest in that you can generate that initial audience. And then from there, it's just, I don't know, adapting, growing a little bit, learning new skills. And yeah, you kind of just, you learn from there. But yeah, my best advice is if you're interested in it, just start. Even if you're like, Even if you're playing on PC, it's a little bit easier to record because you can just download some software to essentially like screen capture your content. But if you're like playing on console, then you should probably get something like an Elgato. That's what I record with. Yeah, there's definitely tutorials on YouTube as to like what your starter equipment should be, so I won't get into too many of the details there. Okay, still don't have a full report here. So hopefully we can make this signing before the start of the season. Okay, I think this is the guy here. And the release clause is met for this guy. Okay. Kaptoum. I don't know who he is. Let me quickly check that. What year are we in? Gosh, if we're in season 3 and career mode starts in 2020, I want to say 2022. I'll have to double check on that. Also, Peter, what's going on? Watching from Ghana. Yeah, that's always a super interesting topic, where people are watching the streams from. I think that's the really cool thing about career mode and even FIFA in general. Like it's a very international topic. I mean, football is kind of the world sport, so always cool to see viewers from everywhere in the world. I'm kind of shy to using my voice in the videos. Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need to do commentary, but I would say like commentary tutorials would definitely help. But yeah, I mean, it's essentially it's essentially just like get started somewhere. If you don't want to do commentary to start off with, don't do commentary to start off with. But I mean, I'll be straight up, like when you first start recording videos, there's a good likelihood that it doesn't come naturally to you. It didn't for me, but you learn those skills over time. Okay, let me double check who this guy was. Kaptoum. I need to stay like on target or on topic because I just forget who the release clause was met. So let's see here. Okay, it's our center mid. I actually think I had him transfer listed, so if that's right around his value, I'll probably just let him go. Yeah, it's above his market value. Yeah, Baller CM, I just gave you mod, so feel free to use that if you notice like someone spamming. Just try to give a warning to start off with, but if it's a repeated thing, then just do a timeout to start off with. I generally don't block people or ban them unless they're consistently trying to make the live stream experience worse for everyone else. Just do your best judgment there. Do I have Zagadou? Yeah, he was apparently brought in before this save started. And I can confirm we are in July 2022, so. All right, this is Messi's regen. What do you all say? I think we go in for him. His value's at 30 million, so we generate a little bit of funds and we go in for this guy. If like that's our marquee signing, I will take it. Treadwater, essentially it's the Calyx video where he went to a country where he doesn't have a single viewer from on YouTube. Yeah, John, don't worry, you're not going to get banned. No reason to do so. I think it would be a pretty cool signing if we sign Messi's regen. Okay, so let's get a little bit more for the funds, because 34 to 46 mil is a little bit outside of our range. I mean, if we adjust the wage budget, so we need to get about 10 million. We're going to get 5 from the release clause being met. So one more player leaves, and I think we go in for him before the start of the season. I'm also going to, well, I guess after the season starts, we can set up that tip with the player training. Essentially, you want to set up like a second team sheet with your rotated squad so they can keep a high sharpness as well. Yeah, this would be a good case where requesting funds from the board would be amazing. Okay, so that's 5 million in. Well, 3.5 million in. And we have another transfer offer for our backup right back. Well, I would probably call him our first string right back because we have Montoya as well, but this guy has obviously more potential. So I'm going to reject this and look at this Robles offer. We'll take whatever they're willing to give. And I think one more transfer out of the club, we should have enough. And here we go. This is an interesting one because how do you pronounce his name? Cotes? Let's see.
Coates.
That's definitely not Coates.
Sebastián Coates.
Coates. Okay, I like it. I like it. All right. Sebastián Coates. Apparently Wolverhampton are interested in him. He's on the bench right now. He's 31 years old. If we let him go, we could probably do Messi's regen as well as another player. What are we saying here? Do we accept this offer from Wolverhampton? Do we keep him as a rotational player? If we do let him go, we probably need to sign another player for squad depth. We've got Irish Rockies memes. What's going on? Welcome. Glad to see you're a new subscriber to the channel. I know there's been a lot of y'all that just recently subscribed, and glad to see you all tuning into the live stream as well. Hope you all have a good first impression of the community. I think we've got a pretty close-knit community here. Let's see if we can negotiate this up a little bit. I agree, we don't necessarily need another center back with this high of a rating. Yeah, Baller Sam, it's no worries. It's the reasoning behind and I guess this goes for everyone if you're interested in becoming a moderator. First thing I would suggest doing is don't ask for mod because that's the best way not to get it. Essentially, you just want to show up in the streams. If I notice you're consistent, you're giving off good vibes, you're providing insightful chat comments, you're a positive person, then there's a good likelihood I'll give you a mod because I like having at least one moderator in the chat just so that we can make sure everyone has a good experience. And the fact that everyone has some different schedule, it's good to have multiple moderators. So let's offer 23. See if they are willing to accept that. And 20.2 is the best they're willing to go. Let's see if we can go up to 21. I'd be fine with 20.2, but 21 would be, it's a nice even number. I suppose it's an odd number, but even in the sense that we're rounding to the nearest million, but I'll accept 20.5. It's above his market value. I'm happy with that. And main objective is bringing Messi's regen. Okay, so we'll wait on that deal to finalize as well as these ones. We can start thinking about some center back suggestions. Let's see who we have in our shortlist already. Don't have too many center backs, to be fair. So we should probably do that. Make that signing before the end of the transfer window. So far, it's just Perez. Yeah, Robin Koch. I remember for his time in the Bundesliga. He played for Freiburg, right? These days, he's probably playing over at Leeds. Still the case here. Apparently, our staff is still busy, so let me see if I can sign one more up so that we can have the best experience here. The American Boy song. It's been a while since I last heard that. Although some old school Kanye, I get down with that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to play that on the stream, but we'll have to stick with the which beats are we listening to? We're listening to the Stream Beats Synthwave today. I like the Synthwave playlist. Some good vibes. Let's see what we're up to for our transfer budget. Still not quite what we need. So we need a couple more deals to go through. Yeah, James, we're closing in. I think 100 concurrence is not too far off. We'll keep on staying consistent, and yeah, I mean, the channel has gone incredibly well since the start of FIFA 21. Pretty happy with how things have gone, both in terms of like the general vibe of the live streams, like how the videos are going. So yeah. Difficulty, we're playing on, I think we're on legendary without competitor mode on. I don't like that so far. Like, I'm still a little bit torn what I want to do for Southampton, just because we're starting to get to the point where like we have higher overall players. So maybe we have to go up to ultimate difficulty. So I'm not trying to like win the Premier League with Southampton quite yet. I want to go a couple more seasons. So I think now that we have the funds from Coates, excuse me, we can go in for Messi's regen. Santiago Herbes. Let's see if that's how we pronounce the name correctly. Okay, so we have a pending Spanish pronunciation. There's a German pronunciation.
Elbes.
Although, to be fair, isn't there like a pretty sizable, like, I guess there's a lot of like Italian people with like Italian ethnicity in Argentina, right? Herbes. Yeah, I think that would be the right pronunciation. Definitely not something like herbs. But 4-star skill move, 4-star weak foot, left footed, medium low work rates, which I think is the same as Messi, right? Let's see. Messi's on medium low. It's cool the fact that he's also left footed, and he has the same weak foot skill move. Like, you don't see this that often, because the way that regens work is that the positions are going to be exactly the same. So right wing, striker, center forward, that's as expected. Nationality as expected. But the work rates, the height, weight, preferred foot, that is essentially completely random. And he has the same height as well. Like, this is very eerie. This is like an exact replica of Messi. Like, everything is the same. I don't think I've seen a regen like this. Maybe they made an update on FIFA for this to happen, but this is like finding a shiny Pokemon. For those of you that play Pokemon. That's pretty wild. But here's a look at the rest of his stats. Extremely pacey. Good dribbling statistics as expected. Stamina's... This guy's going to be so good in game. His passing needs some work. But, I mean, hey, when you have, like, good dribbling and shooting statistics, like, we can let the passing slide. Essentially, like, if his passing was better, he would probably be in the 80s. Let's go in for him. No! Why are you doing this? A rival club? Yo. That is like... I'm very disappointed with that. I mean, maybe we can't sign him this year, but I'm keeping this guy on the transfer shortlist, and then whichever club we go to next. I'm so disappointed that we can't go in for him. Like, we were hyping him up, and now we can't sign him. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do, guys. If you know anything like how to bypass the transfers, then let me know. Maybe next time we do a career mode like this for the live stream, we just turn off strict negotiations, but dang, that's a bummer. Because essentially we signed Coates. Mod it. I'm on PS4 though for this save. Like if I was on PC, yeah, you could. That's too bad. Well, I guess we need to start thinking about which of these left-sided players to bring in. Maybe we go after Dembele. I forgot I had him shortlisted, but if you guys don't know, like he was on loan for us last season. Like I wasn't managing Betis, but we inherited Betis toward the end of last season, and Dembele was there. I think he was like in the lower 70s for his rating though. Ignacio de Argentina. What's going on? Still 15 days remaining on Dembele. To be fair, my Spanish needs a little bit of work. I was practicing a bit this year, but yeah, YouTube just kind of took over. Yeah, De La Vega. That's a good suggestion as well. I forgot, he's right-footed though, isn't he? Yeah, he is right-footed. I would like to sign a left-sided player. Not a left-sided player, a left-footed player for the right side. We've got a few of them here. You know, Oscar Melendo doesn't look bad. Decent for the sprint speed, good finishing, good dribbling. Yeah, we're closing in on 100. I think by the end of the stream, we can make it happen. If you haven't liked the video yet, haven't liked the stream yet, go do so. Let's get to 100, guys. We're at 94 on my end. That would be wild. I know for a fact I've never reached 100 concurrent viewers on YouTube, on Twitch, whatever. But yeah, it's the Real Betis hype. We've got Martin Terrier. Oh yeah, you know, I do remember that name. Don't think I've used him in career mode. I think I had him shortlisted for a stream once. Let's see, Dejan Kulusevski. To what nationality he is. I think by this point, Robin is probably retired. Okay, he's I was not expecting a player from Sweden. That's pretty cool. I didn't even realize Juventus have a player from Sweden. Zlatan's region. De La Fuente. Yeah, we can see what Gio Reyna is rated at this point in time. I mean, I'll search up Robin, but I'm pretty sure that he is still going strong. Yo, shout out to Robin. Playing at Gillingham, but he's retiring this year. That's incredible. Let's see if Ribery is also playing. Yo, Robin and Ribery, this is the fact that they're also retiring the same year is just perfect for this save. Oh, Conrad de la Fuente. Yeah. The American, right? Left winger, I believe. It's got a pretty low release clause. Unai Simon, as well as Pablo Fornals. don't know if we need a goalkeeper right now at this moment. Let's see. Saint Maximin. What are we saying about Saint Maximin? Obviously, like he's played in the French league, over at Newcastle, most likely these days. Ansu Fati. Look at that market value though. 73 mil is above our price range. I've actually seen like Ansu Fati included in a lot of the like swap deal offers. His release clause is 52 mil. I think we have enough for him. I haven't seen Lanzini's goal yet. I know it was like a ridiculous one to bring the match level, but I haven't actually seen the goal. So 52 mil for Fati. We have 54, so we could make that signing happen. What do you guys think? Is the Fati, he's right-footed, correct? We are looking for a left-footed player. Yeah, he is right-footed. Live reaction. I'm probably not going to mess around with like watching YouTube clips on stream just for copyright issues, but I'll definitely watch it after. Ronaldo's regen? Yeah, we might as well look it up while we're at it. I think he also retired this year. I mean, Ronaldo spent quite a few years here in La Liga. It should be pretty easy to identify as well. Striker left wing out of Serie A. Yo, what's going on, Khalid? Welcome on in. All right. And just the one player here. I wonder if, obviously we have 24 days remaining, so we won't be able to get quite as quick of an update as we did for Messi's regen, but I wonder how they compare. It's always like, it's super interesting to see how like Ronaldo and Messi's regen compare like stat for stat with each other, like because they've obviously like competed so much. Okay, yeah, let's see if actually I forgot Martinelli was in our transfer shortlist, but I kind of like that suggestion as well. I swear, oh, you know, we searched him, but we never added him to the shortlist. That's right. He is right-footed, though. We are looking for a left-sided player. So try to keep the suggestions to left-sided players, guys. Appreciate that, Ignacio. So let's see. We got under Let's see. Barentois. That is some surname. Release clause is fairly low, actually. I feel like his rating's pretty decent. Let me look him up real quick. Yeah, he's got 73 rating, 82 potential. It's not a bad release clause for him, to be fair. Loan a player from Atletico Madrid. Yeah, we still need to check out, see what like the options are. I still think like bringing in one. We can either sign like, essentially I want to address two positions. The center defensive mid position because Carvalho is getting older, and then the... Gosh, what do we want to do actually? We've got Lainez, so we're probably good there. Yeah, so we want to look for a right-sided player on the left. So that kind of switches the logic I had earlier, asking for left-sided players on the right. So we could go after Ansu Fati still, to be fair. What's going on, Kyle Rafi? Welcome back in. I don't know. At the same time, like, Fati did get named September Player of the Month in La Liga, right? Yeah, this series is all live streamed. So we'll still have like the Southampton videos going up, as well as like videos like the Schalke Career Mode challenge, where that's all edited by me and uploaded regularly on YouTube. But yeah, we live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday if you guys are new around here, right around the same time. That's about 11 o'clock Pacific, I think 7 o'clock UK. So let's see. Steven, we actually haven't brought anyone in yet. We've shortlisted quite a few players. We want to sign a left mid that can shoot on his right foot. And we've had some trouble doing so. De La Vega, I think, you know, as a squad rotational player, like this is just a good bit of business, because 10.4 release clause for a 32 value player, that's pretty good. So we could play him on the left side. That would sort that out, and then we can use the remaining 20 to 30 million to bring in a center back and a center defensive mid. I think that's what we might do. So we bring in De La Vega there. Then we start addressing center defensive mid and center back. I kind of like this Douglas Luiz suggestion. Yeah, let's actually make a signing in the stream. We've been live for over an hour. We've shortlisted a lot of players. Let's go in for someone. If you can't have Messi's regen, guess we'll go after another high potential player from Argentina. And we've got Ignacio in the chat. I think you're from Argentina, right? Actually, let's see what our contract situation is looking like. I don't want to over offer here. So it looks like probably between 15 and 25k. Probably go for like a 15k offer. Squad rotational. So yeah, as we hopefully make this signing, we're going to start transitioning towards center defense mid and center back signings. So if you have any of those player suggestions, definitely put those in the chat. But this should go. I guess I'll accept an important. I was hoping more rotational, but it'll do. He's got good potential. He should grow this season pretty easily in his overall. And he's on 20k right now. Let's go and offer 20k again. And easy as you'd like. Let's see what the squad number situation is looking like for Mr. De La Vega. Okay, he's currently wearing the number 10. He's also wearing the number 8 and the number 39 for his club. And he's worn the number 5 and 19 for the under 20s internationally. So probably at number 39, maybe the number 8. I just don't know if he's going to be like right into the first team. Although I suppose his rating is higher than Tello, so yeah, he would make the first team. For some reason, I thought Tello was like 80 overall. I've got to get better at pronouncing the name Teo. It's the 2 L's. Let's see here. So he's on the number 10 right now. Probably just keep that. That's what he's rocking right now for Club Atlético Lanús. That's a good signing, in my opinion, especially on the release clause. Yeah, I mean, that's already like a profit margin of 14 million if we decided to transfer list him for his market value right away, but I think he'll be definitely within the squad for the long term. Yeah, we had that. I think we have Martinez already in our shortlist from Ajax, right? Unless I'm thinking of someone else. Did we not add him? Oh, we've got Alvarez. Edson Alvarez is who I'm thinking of. Center defensive mid center back from Ajax. I could see him making the move to La Liga. What are we thinking about this one? I think a 2-star skill move, 4-star weak foot combo isn't bad for a center defensive mid. Medium high work rates is perfect. Has pretty good pace. But there's some other options here. Gob means a good player. Did he just go bald this season, or I mean, the player you see on the right does not look like the player photo they've got here. But I'll go ahead and add Lisandro Martinez. Oh, he's getting a new face scan. I see. Interesting. So Ajax have two really talented center defensive mids. Mr. Kopminers. Well, yeah, I did sign him for one of my episodes this FIFA. I'm not going to say what in case you didn't watch the video, but pretty good player. That's interesting because Lisandro Martinez, we can pick him up for under his market value because his contract is expiring. So we could maybe pick him up between 40 and 48. Still have Douglas Luiz. I'd say we move forward a couple days just so we can get a full evaluation here. Florentino. Okay, here he is. From Deportivo Alaves. Oh, interesting. I've never seen this guy on FIFA or in Career Mode before. Has a pretty good rating, to be fair. Why have I never heard of him? Used to play for Benfica. He's been in Career Mode since FIFA 19. Huh. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so he transferred from Benfica to Monaco. And I guess he's transferred now to Deportivo Alaves. So I kind of like the signing because he's playing for another team in La Liga. Could I consider Tonali? I think he's out of our price range, John. We have him shortlisted, but he's definitely up there. Mark Roca. I mean, he still looks like a decent player. Just going after all the players out of Argentina. I mean, he has a 77 overall, 82 potential. So that would be an all right signing. Not like a super high rated center defense mid, but definitely solid. All right, Iris, I see the suggestion. Let me search them up real quick. If I don't get to someone right away, it's probably just me catching up in the chat. All right. I think I'm pretty happy with like the players we have shortlisted. I'm going to move forward until the first match of the season, and then we'll make a final decision because I would like to get into some games for today's stream. We are getting towards the 90-minute mark, so Need to start hopping into some matches here. And we'll pick a couple of matches to play. Probably Barcelona, probably Real Madrid, something like that. See how things go here. A lot of offers coming in for our starting striker. But again, we're not signing someone straight away. Maybe in January we can start thinking about it, but for right now, I think we're pretty good. I want to at least give our players a chance, see how they perform. Got a final scouting report for Mark Roca. Let's see what his rating's at these days. And you never know, with dynamic potential, 80 overall. I kind of like this signing. Another player out of La Liga. Apparently, Florentino is not going to part ways. Season 2 important to the club. I kind of like bringing in another center midfielder from La Liga. Maybe Beltran. How's his defending though? That's a good question. Like, it's very important for us to find someone that is defensively sound, has a good height. So 5'7" probably wouldn't do it. But Roca's 6 foot, medium high work rates. Not going to be as pacey, but for a center defensive midfielder, might be the move. Might be the move. I also think Perez would be a good signing. It looks like that will be roughly the same for the price range. Why not change his center back to center defensive mid? I mean, that's an option. And here's Sumare, another defensively sound midfielder. Kakache. Yeah, I mean, I signed him for a couple of videos this year, so probably won't bring him in. Although he's genuinely, like, if you have not used Kakache, the left back, I forget the club he's playing for, but he's from New Zealand. He's a wild player a few seasons into career mode. Highly recommend. All right, Irish, thanks for hopping in the stream. And if you are interested in tuning into a future one, we're live streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I guess it's a good call to action. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, might as well do so. What are you missing out on? We are posting some Southampton career mode content over the course of the week, as well as just other FIFA 21 career mode content, along with the live streams. A loan to buy offer for a backup left back. Well, we can reject this. Okay, the Norwich speed rebuild thing alive on Twitch. That was a while ago. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected someone to discover my channel through that, but that's really cool, actually. Yeah, that was a fun concept that Jared and Beeford came up with. Okay, we've got... Yo, this... Of course this happens after we let one of our center backs go. 3-month injury to one of our starters. Ugh, that's annoying. I mean, we have our fullbacks that can also play center back, but yeah, that's what happens when you don't bring in squad depth. So we have Ruiz that we could play. Dang. Yeah, we need to sign a center back like ASAP. Yeah, Sam, I recently just started YouTube live streaming like 2 weeks ago. I think this is the 3rd week that we're live streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So yeah, I mean, hopefully it's something that we continue doing throughout the course of FIFA 21. I'm really enjoying it. Career mode is a fun experience this year, and I actually like look forward to live streaming, whereas, you know, past FIFAs, it's been a little bit repetitive as far as career mode concerned. Maybe we just have to go in after Robin Koch straight away. What time do I go live? Well, it depends where you are, obviously, but for me, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time. That's 7 o'clock for those of you that are in the UK. I think 8 o'clock for some of you guys that are in other countries in Europe. So yeah, essentially like 90 minutes before right now is when I usually start the stream. Okay, let's identify this center back situation. We can remove De La Fuente because that is the wrong De La Fuente. We just don't have enough center backs shortlisted, to be fair. Hey, maybe we just go after Perez. Let me quickly look up like some promising center backs in La Liga. Maybe we can loan one in from another club. Let me see what the situation's like here. See if Atletico Madrid or one of the top teams will be willing to loan us one of their players. They can get regular match time. Ethan Laird. Does he actually play for Barcelona? I feel like he doesn't. I've seen that name in career mode before. Yeah, he plays for Manchester United. That's why. Saliba. Yeah. Vinayak, have you suggested Saliba before? Because he's been recommended in previous streams. I could actually see this happening. Market value's at a decent point. Okay, Unai Nunez from Atletico Madrid. I think or Atletico Bilbao. Okay. Okay, he's over at Newcastle these days. Okay, so in that case, Saliba is just a very popular suggestion. Someone else must have just recommended him for a player signing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if De Jong's like 90 rated at this point. We'll see if we have a full evaluation of him yet. Yeah, there you go, 90 rated. Guessed it on the dot. Yeah, Van Drongelen, I really like that suggestion. However, we actually managed Hamburg for last season of the Journeyman. Essentially, if you're new to the stream and new to this concept that we're doing, we're essentially managing a new club every week. We do a full season with each team, and then at the end of the season, we review what job offers are available, and then we move to a new club. So I like Van Drongelen, but we did have him last year, so I'll probably shy away from him this time around. Although, fantastic player. If you're looking for like a squad rotational center back, if you're with like a top club, or if you're doing Road to Glory, would be good enough to bring in, like straight off the bat. Okay, Vallejo, another good suggestion. Yep. We could also check out the free agents tab. Okay, I feel like this could be a loan deal. That might happen. Let's quickly approach Vallejo. Okay, not interested in loaning him out. Let's quickly check out the free agents, because what we just need is enough squad depth to survive while Cher is injured. Can't be dropping points. I mean, we'd probably be looking for a more experienced center back, to be fair. See if any names stand out here for me. So far, nobody with like a super high overall. There might be a couple players in here that have decent potential, but we need a high overall signing. Okay. In that case, let's just spend the cash for a good center back. I think Saliba would be a good move. Young Frenchman playing for Southampton at the time, but I think he's from Ligue 1 originally. I'm actually good approaching him straight away. It's within our budget. And you have a pretty good amount of like French players in La Liga for sure, so let's just start at his market value, 33 million. This is how I tend to start off most negotiations. Scouting Newcastle players, yeah. Okay. If you guys haven't subscribed to Guardy, he's also doing live streams pretty consistently. I think as far as like the rest of the world, not Australia, every day besides Saturday, right, Sam? Or something like that. Or maybe it's Friday that he has off. You can correct me in the chat, but he's doing a Newcastle stream over there, so if you like Newcastle stuff, check him out for sure. Okay, I don't want to go too much higher than his market value. I feel like 40 was like a decent offer. I'm just going to end things there. It's not going to happen. Torres recently joined. I would have loved to have made this transfer as well, but that's not going to happen. We could go after Perez. What about Nunez? Yeah, the Newcastle player, 40 to 55 mil. We can approach. Leon Dendoncker would be a shout. Yeah, very versatile player as well. All right, 34.5 again. Let's see how things work this time around. Can Newcastle and Guardy FIFA do us a solid? You know, this is looking promising. 42.4 is reasonable. I don't really care about the sell-on clause. Let's see if we can do an even 40. Even 40. We'll keep the 10% sell-on clause because essentially I'm not managing Betis after this season. And we'll say yes to that. Glad we finally were able to sign a center back. We just need to sort out the contract details, which should be a breeze. Crazy Pineapple, I've never seen your channel before, but it looks good. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, apparently YouTube's been recommending my channel a little bit more lately, which is always appreciated. I'm glad you're able to discover it. And as far as live streams go, we do them every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday throughout the week. Every week's going to be a different career mode stream as far as the team is concerned, so look forward to that. All right, so we can do maybe like a 3-4 year deal here. All right, we got him on 50K. So that has sorted out the center back signing. What year are we in? We're actually 2022, I believe. Yeah, so this is season 3 of career mode. This is the 3rd team we're managing. And that's actually an upgrade for us at the center back position. I think it's a good thing that we brought in another player because Cher, while I like him, also Cher plays for Newcastle, doesn't he? Are we just like signing Newcastle players? I didn't even realize this, but Shearer was here before we even started managing Real Betis. But he is starting to decline in his rating. The injury is not going to help. We started the career mode season 1 with Inter Miami and MLS. And then the season after, because the MLS schedule is a little bit weird, it ends halfway through season 1, as far as the game's concerned. So we then moved on to Hamburg in the second Bundesliga. They were top of the table halfway through the season when we went in. We gained promotion, finished first in the league, and then we survived relegation the following year in the Bundesliga. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the signings. Nunez, right-footed, 2-star. Has a good amount of pace, to be fair. Looks like a good player. And then Zagadou was also signed before we were even brought in. But that's how the squad's looking moving forward. I think we've addressed most of the positions. I would still like to bring in a new left midfielder, but I think we're going to be a little bit limited as far as the budget's concerned. Yeah, 6 million isn't a lot. So we'll probably work with this up till January, just relying on our defense to play well. Yeah, to be fair, I haven't really watched too many Newcastle games. So I could not relay how Shearer performs for them. But hopefully he plays a little bit better in this career mode when we get him back. I feel like this transfer window has just lasted so long. Maybe it's because we have like so many recommendations in the chat, but yeah. It looks like we'll kick off our season against Athletic Club Bilbao. We were talking about them earlier in the stream, how they had that unique transfer policy. Logan, that's a completely reasonable question. I'm American, so as far as like MLS is concerned, I support the Sounders here in Seattle, but I am also half German, so I have some roots over there, and I would say like the team I follow the most is Bayern Munich. That's probably like the European team I support. Yeah, I'll show the squad here after we complete the press conference. Yeah, it would be pretty cool if, like, I don't know how they would be able to replicate it. So I guess you could, like, I'm pretty sure you could program the game in a way so like a certain team can only sign players from a particular country. Now the Basque region would be a little bit more difficult, but it would make sense if Bilbao only signed Spanish, French, and I don't know what other countries are part of the Basque region. Yo, to be fair, DC United, I know your situation is a little difficult now. You have an interim manager, but you have like a really promising 16-year-old, right? I saw a clip that was retweeted by another Kuruma content creator, Josh, basically showing like all the touches that this young prospect had, and he looks really good, like a center mid maybe. But yeah, this is the squad. Defensively, we're sound. Midfield is looking strong, especially with Robinson. That's our homegrown player that we started the career mode with in MLS. We brought him with us throughout this career mode. And then we've got Teo here on the left flank. Probably want to upgrade this position, although he should play pretty well in game. Just his overall is a bit low. Yeah, Nyman, I think that might be him. That sounds right. Linus is going to have a lot of potential. And then our striker is one of the highest rated players in the squad. So hopefully you can bag us some goals. Yeah, if this is your first FIFA, Salty Pretzel, I think this is like a really good one to start off with. If you haven't like been following like the FIFA career mode scene, it's been very similar the last few years. However, FIFA 21, they've incorporated a lot of new changes. And like, as someone who's played a lot of career mode since FIFA 13 and even before that, yo, De La Vega, that's right. I completely forgot about that signing. Appreciate you mentioning that, Edward, because we need to put De La Vega in at the left wing position. We'll do development plan training and sort that out. And then Teo can probably go in maybe for Timo Pukki. Has a higher overall. Yeah, let's see if we have any good development plans to sort out. Actually, maybe can Linus plays a left mid? He cannot. Okay. Let's just move this up so he's a winger. That should give him a little bit better for the rating. As FIFA 21 just came out, it came out about 2-3 weeks ago, like early access. The EA Play came out like 3 weeks ago, but I think it officially released, I want to say October 8th. Yeah, really good shout to bring in De La Vega into the starting 11. I honestly completely forgot about him. Development plans. This is one of the new features actually in FIFA 21. So essentially you can fine-tune any signing or player to what you want them to be. So by default they're on balance, so this just grows their attributes across all the boards. But for wingers, like for example, he's lacking a little bit of passing ability, so if I wanted that to improve, I would probably make it so he would be on the support winger role, and you can see you get the boost to passing. This is essentially the same as Chem Styles and Ultimate Team, where different categories will work on different areas, although the wide playmaker really improves the passing. But for De La Vega in particular, we're going to focus on his position so that we can play him on the left side without losing any of his rating. It's going to take 38 weeks, which is about, I guess, 10 months. So by the end of the season, which is going to be probably the end of our time here with the club, with Real Betis, he'll eventually be a left midfielder. Maybe we can make him... Actually, let's see what left wing training would... That takes 2 weeks. So I think we just change him to a left wing and then play him up a little bit forward. Okay, so you're kind of new to the game in general. Yeah, I mean, I think a good place to start is just load up a career mode and then pick your favorite team that you're following and then just make signings that you would like. And then over the course of FIFA, you can watch, content creators. Watching content is like a great way to learn more about the game. Live streams are particular because you really get into the fine details. Yeah, I mean, just start somewhere. If you can watch any real matches, that's a great way to learn as well. But what are we saying? Should we play this first match of the season against Athletic Club Bilbao? Yeah, John, no worries. I appreciate you tuning in for, honestly, a lot of this live stream. Okay, we'll play first match of the season. I usually like to play these ones in game. We are on 4 minutes after all. And then weather, we like changing this to overcast. This is so we make sure there is no shadows on the pitch. But yeah, that's how the lineup is going to work for us. To be fair, maybe we just play as like a 4-3-3 with De La Vega and Linez. I might end up doing that later instead of a 4-5-1. Let's see what a 4-3-3 would look like. There's definitely a 4-3-3 formation with a holding midfielder. I was recommending this 4-3-2-1 in a previous stream, but I think a 4-3-3 holding would be the midfield we go with. Except we'll play Robinson on the left. De La Vega gets his full rating. Need to work on the sharpness, but that's okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be the starting 11, guys. We've got some good squad depth for substitutes. What signings did I make? Yeah, we brought in Nunez, who apparently was playing for Newcastle at this point in time. What did I miss? Yeah, so we brought in Nunez because we suffered this injury to Cher, so I needed to bring in another center back so we can pick up points at the start of the season. To be fair, Cher is a bit older at 30. We also signed Pedro de la Vega for like a 10 million release clause. That's a good signing. We'll probably look to get that weak foot up a little bit later on after he's converted to a left winger. And then, yeah, a couple of other players were actually brought into the team before I even took over this manager role. So Zagadou was signed. I'm guessing this right back was signed. Horn was brought in. And then we also signed Robinson. But he's with us every club that we manage. So, yeah. I think we're all set, though. First match of the season, Athletic Club Bilbao. Let's get into it. I think we can start off with a win here. At school, I'm quite a good striker, but not a good goalie. Yeah, those are two positions with like very different skill sets. Personally, I played a lot of goalie growing up. When I was younger, that was like the position nobody wanted to play, and I like volunteered. I was like, all right, well, yeah, why not? And yeah, I was pretty decent like as a kid. I never took like club soccer too seriously. But who's the biggest surprise player in this Journeyman series? Ooh. Well, I mean, Robinson has been good for sure. But I feel like that's the easy answer because he is our hometown talent. Who else has been good? I think Weminatuka has probably been the best player I've used. Although there's definitely a lot of hype around him to start off with. So I don't even know if that would be a big surprise. Who else? Maybe those of you that have been watching throughout the stream can help me out on this answer. But yeah, I guess I would say Weminatuka. Just purely the fact of like his goal scoring ability. I didn't think he would be that good, but he was pretty incredible. Let's see how this Athletic Club Bilbao squad lines up, if they still have Williams. The La Liga graphics are pretty nice. Yeah. Okay, so pretty decent backline there. Brought in Konate. That's a big signing. They have Mopai from Brighton. And apparently no Williams. All right. I think we're ready for it, guys. This is actually my first time playing with the La Liga graphics, and they are super smooth. I like our kits, by the way. Nice purple kits. Carvalho putting in a good tackle to start off with. Munayin is the friggin' legend from FIFA 13. He had an amazing card in Ultimate Team that year. He's been super solid in career mode. Keeper, you... What is that goal? Like, Timo Horn was hesitating to come out. I didn't even try to clear. Let's look at this replay, but... Like, what is Horn doing? Like, it doesn't show it on that, but he took, like, a step. I think you guys saw it. I gotta turn the Insta replay for that. But look here, Horn's in the top right, sees the cross, he steps out, and then he's like, nope, let's try to defend the cross. And I don't know what my defenders are doing. Just trying to like block the shot, but it was too late for me to try to press the clear button because I thought the keeper had it. It's okay, Robinson will save us. Lately, I've been playing with Team Press On, and that's been pretty incredible. Come on, striker. Probably should have completed the turn before shooting. He might be on. Can we go down 2-0? Oh, keeper. Timo Horn making up for his mistake. I thought I was about to get chipped there. I've been chipped way too many times in FIFA 21. That's another thing. If you like bring out your keeper, you're almost doomed for failure. But at the same time, if you don't bring him out, like you're going to concede. Oh, play that out wide. Come on. Come on, De La Vega. Cut in. Maybe a finesse? Not bad chance creation. So apparently Bilbao are leaving a lot of space on the wing as we leave a player wide open as well. No cross this time for Munayin. Nathan, essentially the rules of a journeyman is like 1 season per club. At the end of the season, we try to achieve as much as possible and we see what job offers. Good block, okay. We'll see what job offers are available. Sorry to like stop mid-sentence there, but I was not going to concede another goal. Yeah, what's going on, Thomas? I'm not sure if FIFA is going to add more kits. I think a couple of like the graphics packages are going to be updated. He might be on. Yo, I swear our left back was on. He was making a great run. They're just playing the ball out wide. I mean, to be fair, we're leaving him open, but... Off? Good save from the keeper. Maybe should have taken an extra dribble there with Robinson. Better play, though. At least we're generating a shot on target. Decent save from the keeper. Yeah, I also wouldn't be surprised if they add some stuff when next gen comes out. Like, that would make sense. I think, if I'm being 100% honest, like, EA have done a pretty good job, like, releasing FIFA 21 in the state that it is right now. Compared to, like, FIFA 20 Career Mode, there aren't as many bugs. Really nothing game-breaking. So I think credit where it's due. Good save. Okay, halftime. Not a bad first half. We could have played better at times, but I think we can definitely get a goal here. To be fair, that was the first couple minutes of the season. Everyone's got to warm up a bit. We'll make some mistakes. What's going on, Santiago? Raul, I think we were just short, but I think within the next few streams, we might hit it. We'll see. It's been a good stream, though. If we can get a win, make it a little bit better. But I apparently cannot break down this Bilbao defense. I think with team pressing on, though, we're going to get a chance. They're going to push too many players forward. We're going to play the ball out wide, and then we're going to send it across. Or like one of those A passes. Clear it. Finding the outlet. Speaking of which, we've got a player open here. And then we're just not getting too much support moving forward, though. I think he's just off. Yep. We're getting chances. I didn't even realize Wolves were playing right now. Favorite footballer in general? That's a good question. Like, all time? I would say, Bastian Schweinsteiger is like my all-time favorite footballer. Current? Big fan of Joshua Kimmich. I guess I just like gravitate towards center midfielders. Come on, De La Vega. We've got Robinson in the middle. That's good defensive stop again. We've got to push forward and try to get this winner. Not a winner, even a draw. Mario Gomez, top 10. You know, I was never the biggest fan of Mario Gomez. I like the discussion. But, like, for the German national team, he was never quite as good as Miroslav Klose. I respect, like, the commitment he had over the course of the years in the Bundesliga, but I don't know. I guess I like base my decision off how they play in the national team. And Gomez in the national team never reached quite the level he did. Come on, surely we got to get this cleared. $20 minutes left to play. We need to start thinking about some defensive changes. Why do we have players out wide there? Like, just show short for a pass. Oh, go on, striker. Finish. Unai Simon has made so many saves. All right. Who do we bring on? Robinson's looking tired. We'll bring in Haidara. Bring this dude on. We'll give Teo a chance. Jack O'Connell from Sheffield. I'll have to look up how he looks. Never seen him play. If Germany and the US played, who had a root for? I think Germany. Oh, go on. He just knocked over a player. Oh, dang. If the keeper didn't come out there, we could have had a free header. Yeah, I would say Germany. Like, they were the first team I really supported. So, yeah. For things like the World Cup, I definitely pick Germany first. But I always want to see the US do well. Like, I think there's so much potential there. It's a good ball. Not a great finish. All right. First match of the season woes. Definitely need to adapt to this Betis squad. Let's win that. Go on. Yeah, we're not doing a whole lot right now. That's a heavy touch, man. That's probably match. 1-0 defeat on our opening match day. Not the best look. We're playing on Legendary right now. Just standard. No competitor mode. We had our chances. Just couldn't finish. But we'll definitely play one more match in today's stream in-game. Then we'll do a couple sims to get to the January transfer window. Well, I guess a lot of sims.
Gracias por su tiempo. Le agradezco que haya aceptado contestar a estas preguntas.
Generally, like, the beginning of the season is kind of rough, just in terms of like getting used to the squad. Yeah, Hector, I'm glad you can get some potential player signings for me. I try to keep the career modes like as realistic as possible. So that's kind of the fun of like doing this Journeyman Career Mode. Every season's going to be someone different. as far as the club's concerned. So the types of players we sign tend to also be different. Oh, we have Europa League here. I didn't even realize that. We have a playoff match. Dang, low key, I might need to play more matches this season. Like, I could split up our stream schedule across Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then essentially like take out, like, what could we do? We could go Wednesday and try to make it up to the January transfer window, and then Friday we can finish up the season. Might be what we do, if I'm being honest. We still have the transfer window open. Then we've got Real Madrid. Yeah, what do you guys think? I think I'm gonna play one more match this season, or this stream. So I'm thinking either the second leg of this playoff or against Real Madrid, depending what you guys want to see. And then we'll simulate the other matches this month. And then probably next stream we'll do September, October, November, December, as well as like the start of the transfer window. Maybe do some of that at the start of the stream. And then we'll just knock out the rest of the season on Friday. I think we do the Europa League match, if I'm being honest. We need to make sure we advance in the playoffs. And then we can take, you know, Real Madrid later on in the season. Or we could do like an interactive match to them and just make sure we get through. So let's do that. I think we're going to sim Valencia for this first half, and then we can play it later on. We are playing Malmo. Kind of cool. Zlatan's first club. I feel like we shouldn't have a problem with them, but we'll see how things go. I'll quick sim the first one, and then if I need to, I'll interactive match sim the second one. One 0, not exactly like a resounding victory. I mean, a win's a win, but I'll do interactive match sim for the second leg. Looks like Valencia also haven't gotten off to the best start of the season. The squad's looking pretty tired, which is not ideal. You're just gonna have to tough it out. And 0-0, I'll take that. I don't know why it shows an aggregate at the top, but I feel like that might be a bug where it carries over from like European competitions, and then it translates over in the league. Yo, what's up, Alexander? Welcome back in. All right, let's get through this Malmo team. Then we can end the stream with a Real Madrid match. Hopefully pick up our first dub of the season. That is not Europa League related. All right, this time I'm going to swap around some of our center backs because I do not want an injury happening this early in the season. I swear we had another player that could play center back. Here you go. So we'll sim this one. We just need to get like one big goal and then we should be fine. Make it a 2-0 lead on cumulatively. It's still 0-0, 10 minutes in. Thomas, I'm doing all right over here. Yeah, I think it's like my situation's pretty decent because I live with a few other people, so I still like able to interact with like friends and stuff because we're in the same household. So that's nice. Outside of that, you know, staying pretty busy with making YouTube videos, YouTube streams. So yeah, in that sense, I'm doing all right. Yeah, but obviously it's like a difficult situation for everybody. Some people more so than others. I don't know what this goalkeeper is doing right now. I'm seeing that so often where like goalkeepers like to dribble outside the box and then they just clear it away. I think we can just quick sim to the end of the match now that we are up 2-0. And it does end at 2-0. No injuries. Good. So now we can play this match against Real Madrid. Pick up a dub. And then we'll pick up the stream on Wednesday. Finish up this first half of the season. Maybe make some more signings in the transfer window. Depends if we can let some players leave. I feel like squad depth might be an area that we need to improve. And to be fair, we still have 13 million. De La Vega's completed his position change. Absolutely fantastic. So let's see what this is looking like. What is our stamina situation? Robinson definitely needs to sit. We probably need to take out our striker. Montoya will go in for this match. Wait, does he get a +3 at... Hold on. Interesting. Taylor gets a +3 at left wing. What about Rober? He gets a +1. Okay. I mean, using a rotated side against Real Madrid is definitely not what I hope to do, but we're doing it out of necessity. I'm sure they don't have any competitions early on in the season like we did. Let's see. It's a pretty strong starting 11. A lot of young players in their side, though. Like, if you look at it, no Marcelo, no Toni Kroos. That's a very interesting Madrid starting 11. No Hazard. Dang. Alexander doing a 500 million Nuremberg Revival Career Mode with one wildcard 87 player. Okay, that could be like a YouTube series, if I'm being honest. I think it's always fascinating, like the different ways that you can make career mode interesting, and essentially it like boils down to like how you find it interesting. Like for you, a 500 mil revival might be the look. For other players, it's like Road to Glory for Nuremberg. There's different ways you can do it, and they're all valid. Well, fingers crossed this goes well for us. I mean, I would take a draw against Real Madrid. Absolutely. I just noticed that we still have Spanish commentary on from... We switched it on for like one game last season and I forgot to change it back. But now that we are in La Liga, it's actually realistic. So that works out perfectly. We just need to hold your runs, Teo. Yeah, we're going to need it, that's for sure. Though, this might be a chance. This might be a chance. Go on. Go on, Robert. I don't know what that skill move was, but we'll play him through. Go on, Teo. Oh, how does that, like, go right to his feet? He makes a sliding block, and it, like, gravitates towards his foot. All right. Promising signs early on. Defensively, we've been okay. I don't know how Vinicius has somehow gotten a chance out of that. Oh, they are so, like, quick attacking, though. Zagadou. That's a good interception, but you need to find the outlet. That's going to be a goal. Yeah. I think everyone expected that. Dang, Real Madrid even have a song in game. That's when you know you've hit the mainstream. If you have your own club song in FIFA. I mean, we played against Bayern when we were with Hamburg, and I feel like that wasn't so bad. This is something else. Like, the quality of our side just isn't quite there against, like, Real Madrid. I'm just hoping that we can make some progress in the Europa League and then hopefully finish, like, top 6 in La Liga. Like, the squad overall is not horrible. It's just that a few seasons in, like, players like Vinicius are going to be absolutely amazing. They sure do like to press. He's even called back for offside there. Rafael Varane being partnered by Benkovic at center back. I didn't even realize Benkovic was their center back. Yeah. Madrid have definitely made some interesting signings in this save. As long as we keep this match at 1-0, like, we're just a goal away. Keep it within reach, and then we look for a counterattack. See, we get the blocks in, but they just get it right back. That's a freaking nice pass. He's going to play it. See, their keeper, you got to make the save. Rabiot makes it 2 for Real Madrid. Oh, boy. Let's get one back before the break. Come on. We've had a few chances. We just haven't been clinical in the final third. Okay, this is a 2-on-1 here. Play it wide. Foul ref? I appreciate that, Hunted. And yeah, you should if you're, like, interested in doing YouTube, you should definitely do it. Yeah, I would say capture cards, like the first, that and a microphone, if you're making content, are like the first pieces of equipment you want to really invest in and try to get something like decent, because you'll use it for quite a while. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. But I'm glad you're enjoying the Southampton save. This Journeyman Career Mode has been it's been difficult, in the sense, like, you're playing against some of the best teams with squads that aren't quite at that rating, whereas Southampton, we're getting to the point where our players are, you know, they're matching up pretty well against the rest of the squads in the Premier League. But hopefully the second half has something better for us in store. We can bring on some of our first teamers who were originally resting. Let's just do that for now. You're just closing down the space so well. Here we go. Maybe a change of formation is needed. To be fair, I haven't used the 4-3-3 yet. this year. Mostly stuck to the 4-4-2 that we used with Southampton. And I think we used we did the attacking variation of the 4-3-3 with Hamburg. Pretty sure. Jeez. Vinicius or something else once he reaches a high overall. 3-0 Real Madrid. Well, let's try to keep this manageable. I want to get it out of hand. But we go again. Next stream, trying to get some better results. Ref, thank you. This would be a sim to end result for me. Yeah, probably out of reach, but yeah, for entertainment purposes, we'll keep playing. I'm determined to score a goal against Madrid. Like, it's not been lack of chances that have hurt us. We've had a few chances throughout the match. It's just we are not clinical in the final third. Come on, Montoya. If we made the run earlier, then we might have been able to have a crossing opportunity. We don't even get a corner kick from that, man. We're having a rough go at things. Oh, man. 4 against Real Madrid. This is a awakening, if there ever has been one. Maybe we need to make some more improvements in this summer transfer window. Something to think about for Wednesday. We just seem slow on the ball in general. Maybe it's like the case where we need to get our match sharpness up. But like Real Madrid's passes are fluid, they're quick. But we're just sluggish on the ball, it seems like. I mean, just these touches in general, they're like trying to drive a bus. Not that I've ever driven a bus. Oh man, we have a player through and they intercept. Good job, Zagadou. Did enough. Well, it's a shot. Not exactly on target, but I'll probably be the last attacking chance in the match. I anticipate them just holding on to possession here. Yeah, that center back partnership between Varane and Benkovic seemed to be working. Courtois hasn't had a whole lot to do. All right, 4-0 against Real Madrid. Appreciate you guys sticking through that. And we'll review the squad here before the end of the stream, but then we'll start thinking about like what we want to improve upon, because I think we need to make some more signings. See, 4 shots, 4 on target. It's like, dang, they're just absolutely clinical. I do think we need to make some more improvements, though. Maybe bringing some players in on loan. I'll do some work off stream to identify players that we might be able to bring in. Hopefully things pick up for us in the league. At least we're doing all right in the Europa League.
Muchas gracias por...
But this is the current state of things. I say just some more squad depth in general. Midfield, we're pretty good. Yeah, maybe like a backup striker that's like mid 70s for their overall. Something to consider for Wednesday. But I think I'm going to call the stream there, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in today. It's been a fairly good one. About 2.5 hours. And I hope you all are enjoying things so far with Real Betis. I think there's a lot more potential and hopefully results go our way next stream. But we got LM in the chat, Hunted Sweat, Alexander, Thomas, Salty Pretzel, Steven, Mayo, Hector, Angry World Cup. Y'all are still in here. I appreciate it. And I will, as well as Schenk. Good to see you in here as well. But I'll see you all on Wednesday around the same time. Until next one. Later.